You mentioned the producer John Leckie.
John, yeah, John.
How instrumental was he in? Because I believe you wrote the songs and then went to him, and then there was about a 2-week period where the songs would change quite a great deal. So how instrumental was he in the record?
Well, he gave us the sense of freedom, really. Like I was just saying, with songs like "On the Beach," we didn't think they were songs. They were like,
He's also quite harsh in a weird way. Like he didn't coddle us.
Yeah,
so
but
if something went wrong, you just sort of kind of point it out instantly and be like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then sort of tell us to do something completely different. But like in the best intentional way. Sort of tries to get the best out of us rather than sort of a half-assed idea.
But him saying that any idea that we had, we could formulate into a song in 15 minutes, just in front of the desk in the studio. We were plugged in straight there. We were listening to everything that we did. It was really, really easy for us to songs were appearing from anywhere. These kind of ideas that we had even 3 years ago, we just put in, and they were just from
Can you give me an example of a song that was really created in the studio?
There's one song on the deluxe album, "In the Rain," that was pretty much created just parts of loads of different songs just put together in the studio. Also an idea that I had a long time ago. "On the Beach," I'd already mentioned, that was something that was pretty much nothing and then created in the studio.
And then, you mentioned that he could be quite stern with you, so that requires a great deal of trust, I suppose.
But shaking his finger.
I think he's an old-fashioned producer, you know.
Yeah.
If he knows there's something not working out, he'll go, he'll be honest, you know, and we'll get there, you know, in the end.
But from your part, then, that requires a great deal of trust, I suppose, to have somebody outside tell you, no, you have to do it like this, trust me.
If you look at all the stuff he's done before, it's kind of hard not to trust him, really.
Yeah.
You know, he's got an amazing mind for rock and roll. And it's kind of, you know, you put all your trust in him, really.
Yeah, if you all decide this is going to be the guy, then you're all going to go with him.
It's your choice.
You're not going to hold back. You're going to make it work all together.
But what made you decide on him?
I think he was the only one.
I think he's the only one who wanted to do it.
We say that, but he was one of the. He came down to see us in our studio in 180, and we played in 5 of the songs. And he told us he hadn't done a rock and roll record in a long time, and immediately for us, knowing what he'd done before, that could be a really good thing, because he was so excited to have the opportunity to do a rock and roll album, which obviously made us.
Right.
It was fresh for all of us starting again. Yeah.
Is there something then that he kind of insisted on, or he kind of had to change your minds to get it on the album? And in hindsight, now looking back, that it worked out really well.
No, I think what he's really good at is he's very fluid. So if the song he was very good at working with whatever the song sounded like. He never had like a procedure in his head. He listened to the song and sort of know what procedure to do with that song, rather than just sort of make everyone sound the same. He was good with variating. So that was the reason why it was good to work with him as well. Never sort of stopped somewhere, just kept going along with it, which is good.
And you mentioned the word joke when the lyrics came up. So how important is humor for you in the song?
Sorry?
How important is humor for you in the songs?
Extremely important. Sometimes if you get yourself wrapped up in trying to even the more serious songs, they still find the humour in some of those.
listen to Chicken Dippers.
Yeah, no, yeah. So people would say to us, "Oh God, that's quite like dark and interesting." I was like, "Well, actually, that was probably the funniest time in the studio when we when that song came about." But yeah, no, it's extremely important because you get to a point where you just creatively you're like, "Ooh, should I be taking this seriously?" And well,
They kind of should represent like who you are. I mean, if you're not a very serious human being, I think it's very hard to write serious lyrics.
yeah.
You can't just something be saying.
But then again,
behave or something.
you can't like underestimate the seriousness sometimes in the songs, even though at the time you haven't taken them seriously in order to write them. Yeah.
It's the only way you can get past without feeling too silly by writing a really serious song and thinking, oh, I'd rather just been too serious.
Well, so we were talking about representing.
Songs are serious and like the humour and seriousness of songs.
And the human seriousness.
But there's, as you mentioned, there's also a depth to the lyrics. That it's not just all jokes.
Yeah.
So how do you find this balance? Is it?
If I could tell you, I would. Sometimes you get to these. There's so many unspoken things in when you write songs. That I can't even. Well, we can't really articulate. You can't. Yeah, the psychology behind it. It's quite hard to make sense of.
When in the process then did the album title pop up?
Danger in the Club.
Yeah.
I think it was.
An album title.
Yeah, I think we needed an album title, and
It's got a nice ring.
as
to
a
it.
song, Danger in the Club, it's got every aspect of the album in it. It's
serious, but humorous.
serious and funny at the same time.
Yeah.
No, it's got a nice when you go through Danger in the Club, it's like a pop song, but it's also
Quite
not
serious. It's the only thing that's going through my head right now.
yeah, it's a pop song, but it's not completely conventional, and it's it's got a groove to it, but it's not entirely joyous. Like, so I think it's got a bit of everything in that song.
Was it written early on?
No, it was right in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah, but when we were demoing, we already had written it, so it wasn't one of those spontaneous songs. Mm-hmm. It was something that was written before.
What was the starting point of that song?
It's just in my room with the guitar. Just that's.
So this was really quite a while back.
Yeah. Well, now it was, but in comparison to say like some of those songs that we've mentioned before, it was written about 2 or 3 months beforehand. But it wasn't written in Wales. It wasn't written on the mountain. Just after.
So there were separate writing sessions then, or was it something you came up with?
We wrote about 6 songs, and finished songs in Wales, and then obviously we met John, and we showed them these songs that we'd written, and we'd also written some more in 180. We came back to 180 because we couldn't be in Wales for too long because we've got still some shows to play,
Right.
and we came back to 180 and we've written some more songs, and met John. He was like, well, we need to equip ourselves with a lot of songs in order to make an album that's worthwhile. Well, at least we're going to need at least 18.
In that sense, then was the record a collection of the best songs you had written, or did you try to find some cohesion?
Some of the best ones didn't make it, even on the deluxe record.
Okay.
But
how come?
I don't know. I think because we didn't want to make our album too good. You know, we want to make the third album a bit better than the second album. You know.
Were there thoughts, because there's this cliche about the second record, were those thoughts in your minds when you started working on it?
What cliche?
Well, the follow-up album to a first record is always a bit difficult, that there's a lot of pressure.
But if you're going to think like that, then every album's going to be difficult. You're going to make life really hard for yourself, aren't you?
So it didn't really...
I think if we ever felt any sort of like pressure, it's when we weren't writing. You know, when we'd had like we had that same set that we'd been touring around. We've been to Amsterdam 5 times. Well, not 5 times, but twice. With the we did Holland. We did some shows. So we did the same set. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
No,
it
wasn't difficult for us.
Well, of course it was difficult. It was writing 18 songs is.
It's a good feature. Good feat. It's more
Yeah,
than the first
you go through a lot of. But in terms of, we're just delivering an album for ourselves, you know, and going out to Wales and was probably the best thing that we could have possibly done at that time, and yeah, we needed to do it. Like, I can imagine doing that American tour and coming back, going straight into 180 and back into London would have probably ended up being a train crash and a lot more pressurising for us.
Right.
Yeah,
you don't get people looming over you.
Yeah, we did the right thing.
And so now, I believe next week you do go back to America and start a tour there?
Yeah, well, it's only a short time. We're going to do the South by Southwest.
Okay.
We'll do a couple of shows in New York.
And then
see how they go.
There are 2 songs on the record that kind of have American themes with them. So what is the connection with America for you?
Yeah. Well, people tell us like, oh yeah, every band does that when they go to America, but it's not actually. We're not talking about how great America is, but actually it's completely the opposite.
Right.
Where we've been to Hollywood now, and we've seen what it looks like and seen what it is. We've met the people.
It's quite tongue in cheek, all the.
No, and
the American one.
And yeah, it's kind of a song that is saying that it's not the be all and end all. You meet people in London who want to be actors and want to end up in Hollywood. It's just like,
it's not very glamorous.
Probably actually couldn't think of anywhere worse to be in the world.
Well, where did this come from? Because was it the way the gigs went, or was it just the type of people?
The gigs were. We played some of our best shows in the Echo. I remember the Echo, great venue, great place. We're just talking about like Hollywood and the image that's built up around the world of Hollywood and being the pinnacle of success. You know. Is
the mentality very different from the British in the music industry? I
don't know. I think it's pretty much the same.
The mentality of what the film industry.
No, well, you mentioned the word success, so the way they perceive musicians and.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily talking about musicians. I'm talking about general people of like you read it like every single paper is now hot Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
That mythical idea of Hollywood where it's sort of this sparkle town where dreams come true, and obviously it isn't. You go there and it's actually quite desolate.
It's a simple pop song about yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not actually that deep really. Just pretty much what it is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
It's all right.